All right. So this morning, before we get started lying down, I'm gonna go over a breath practice with you. And this can be quite challenging for the brain. So one of the things with breath practices is that we can sometimes have a hard time staying focused. Um, I'm going to give you some visuals to sort of try to track. And I found this to be really helpful with keeping the focus. We've done Nadi Shodhana before, which is the alternate nostril breath where we close one nose and we breathe in through the other. This is going to be no hands. And I'm going to ask you to visualize breathing in through the left nostril to the right side of the brain, crossing to the left side of the brain, and then breathing out through the right. So I'll guide you through that. We'll just do a couple of rounds, hopefully to bring you here in this present moment, because I think it's kind of hard to think about anything else when you're trying to follow the breath like that. How does that sound?
Right?
Okay.
Like an IQ test that I might not pass.
Well, so let me give you a cheat. So when I'm suggesting you breathe in through the left, if you want to block off the right, that might make it a little bit easier.
Okay.
So it can be helpful closing your eyes and then just focus on the breath, breathing in through both nostrils. So as it breathes in, visualize this breath going up between the eyebrows and then just floating around the brain. And then just watch the breath flow out the same path that it took in. And this breath pattern is something you can come back to if it gets a little too confusing. Now, when you're ready, focus on the left nostril, breathing in through the left, up to the right side of the brain, across the forehead, and then over to the left and out through the right nostril. Breathe in right to the left side of the brain, across to the right, out through the left. In through the left to the right side of the brain, across to the left, out through the right. Breathe in right to the left, across to the right, out through the left. In through the left to the right side of the brain, across to the left, and out through the right. And then just take a couple of the beginning breaths where you're breathing in and out through both sides of the nose. Just watching the breath and allowing it to ground and anchor you here in this present moment. And now when you're ready, if you can, navigate to lying on the mat without opening your eyes. This can be an interesting exercise in proprioception. Knowing where our body is in space without seeing it. It can also help just increase how you're moving. And if it's uncomfortable to lie on your mat, I think you'll be able to do this sitting in a chair. I haven't reviewed it, but just as I'm thinking about it, I think this can be done sitting in a chair. So lying on your back for any reason doesn't feel right today, just take a comfortable seat. chair. Now with your hands resting on your hips, we're going to flow through pelvic tilts. So think about rolling your hips forward so you create a little bit of an arch in your lower back. And then pressing your lower back towards the floor. So you flatten. And just flow back and forth through that a few times. We're going to do a little bit of a core warm up here. And again, just like that breath might be sort of a brain gym for the mind, working on these subtle core muscles can take a little while to just get the hang of. So I'm going to ask that you visualize some of the movements and patient and kind with yourself. Great, and then just land in a neutral spine. And we're going to add a prop underneath the rib cage. So you can open your eyes here if they're closed. And I'm just going to demonstrate the options for the props. Jane, are you doing this in a seat or are you doing this on the ground?
I'm on the ground.
Okay. So so certainly for Jane, I think a rolled up blanket under the rib cage would be a good option. If you have the inflatable and you can place it. So we're going to be doing crunches with the help and support of opening up the chest. So if you can place this along the ribs and your head comfortably connects to the floor, then you'll use the ball. Now, you can always let air out of the ball. And then I just want to check in and make sure that everybody's found a position or a prop that works. And knowing that what we're going to be doing is crunches might be helpful. Cindy, are you all set with something?
Yeah, I'm just getting my volume better. It was turned down,
Okay.
so I'm good now.
Okay. Oh, I just missed Barbara. She was waiting to get in. All right, I'm gonna hope that she comes back into the waiting room. So with these crunches, the action that I'm gonna suggest is drawing the lower ribs and the hips together. So this might be, if you've gone to some exercise classes, this might be what they call a tuck. But we're looking for something more subtle. So we're looking for just the lower ribs to draw towards the hip bones from this reclined position. So you're on your back. And then think about on your exhale, you let the air out, the ribs draw towards the hips and you rise up. So my hands are clasped behind my head, just at the occipital ridge here. And I'm pressing my head into the back of my hands. And then inhale, you roll back and the ribs splay. So I'm just going to do that a couple more times and then I'm going to check for questions. So head presses into the hands. Draw the lower ribs towards the hips and let that bring you up. And then exhale, you release back. So demonstrate one more time. Check in. So on your exhale, lower ribs towards the hips and hips towards the lower ribs. And then you inhale, let the ribs flare apart. All right, any questions on that? Can you feel that? Yeah.
So how far down in your back is the ball?
So it is,
Is it below your shoulder blades or at your shoulder blades?
yeah, it's right, it's just
Okay,
at the shoulder blades.
okay.
Because this is that area that is sometimes referred to as the dead zone. Because there's not a lot of movement there. And so we do so much of this, even just from being on our phones. So we're trying to open that up.
Okay, thank
Is
you.
that working for y'all?
Yeah.
Okay. Just a couple more rounds of this. And then we're going to just sort of roll out side to side. So this is kind of a feel-good movement. You let your arms come to the side and just roll out either on the blanket or on the ball. And then we're going to remove the prop, either ball or blanket, and you come onto your back. Now we're going to work the side waists a little bit. Take Barbara's back. And you're going to start by taking your left hand behind your head and just stretch your right hand towards the outside of the left. So we're not moving or anything yet. We're just stretching the arm. About drawing the right rib towards the left hip and let that bring you up. And just hold for 3 breaths. And then release down. And now we're going to switch sides. So take the right hand behind the head just to support the neck. And then that left hand goes towards the right side of the body. So we're not lifting up yet. We want the action to come from the left rib towards the right hip. I told you this is going to be kind of a brain gym. Now draw the left hip towards the right hip and let that bring you up. Press the head into the hand. And then release it. All right, any questions on that?
No.
Okay, so we're going to add on, if you like, lifting the left knee up. You've got your right hand, you have your left hand behind your head and your left knee towards your chest. The right hand comes to the outside of the left knee. Draw the right rib towards the left hip. And press the leg into the arm into the leg. So right arm into the left knee into the right arm. And then release. So we'll just do one on the other side. And then we'll do some more familiar movements. Draw the right knee in. Take the left hand to the outside. Draw the left rib towards the right hip. And then press left hand into right knee. And then release down. Both feet on the floor, arms come out to a comfortable position. Heel toe the feet to the edges of the mat. And then let the knees flow side to side. And you can let your head flow side to side as well.
Hey, Harold.
And then you come back to the center. We're going to come to table. You can roll to your side or you could rock straight up. We'll come to hands and knees.
Harold, I'm downstairs.
So any questions on that? Could you feel that at all? Yes, all right. So we're on hands and knees. Let's just do a couple of cat and cows here. So again, as you're doing your cat pose, think about drawing the ribs to the hips and the hips to the ribs. So this is what we did on our back. And then you're gonna arch the spine. We're gonna let the ribs flare this time. And then think about drawing the hip points towards the ribs towards the hips. Do that a couple of times. Keep actively pressing into the hands. And then come to a neutral spine. Extend the left leg back. You can keep the foot on the ground and just press and release here. Keeping the hips level. And then pause. Press into the right foot and shin. And then float the left leg up. So you're transferring some of that weight that was on the left leg into the right. And now maybe you extend the right arm. Press into that left hand a little bit more to take up the load. The right arm has left unattended. Lower the right hand down. Left leg to the right side, look over the right shoulder. Now direct the breath to the left hip. Just to the top of the hip, that space between the ribs and the hip. Float the right leg up. Take it back to the center. And now bring that left knee towards the left elbow. And then extend it straight back and over to the right. We're going to do that 2 more times. Lift the left leg up. Take the left knee to the left elbow. Extend it back. Take it over to the right. One last time. Lift the leg up. Take the knee to the elbow. Extend it back. Take it over to the right and pause. Come back to your table. A couple of cat and cat. So that was a new move. Any questions before we do the other side? Right. Extend the right leg back. Press through the ball of the right foot and the heel, just stretching out that calf muscle. And then pause. Press into that left foot, the left shin, and float the right leg up. Extend the left arm, pressing into the right arm a little bit more. So we do a lot of cross-body actions. So your right arm and left knee are holding you up. Lower the left hand. Take the right leg over to the left. Look over the left shoulder. Breathe into the top of the right hip. Keep actively pressing into the hands. Come back to the center. Right knee, right elbow. Extend it straight. Take the left leg over to, the right leg over the left. To the center. Right knee, right elbow. Right leg back. Over to the left. Okay, one more time. Right knee, right elbow. Extend it back. Take it over the left. Back to center. Right, the option here, either child's pose or a downward dog. We spent a lot of time on our wrists and shoulders, so child's pose might make more sense. If the downward dog is calling you, feel free to answer. And like little micro movements. All right, let's meet back up in table. I want to just check in. Is everyone okay with knee down work? Is anyone having any knee? Okay. All right. So have your blocks in front of you. You may want those for the progression that we take. And you'll extend the right leg back, just as we did. You're going to kickstand the left knee and then open the right arm up. I'll just demonstrate that one more time. So the right leg comes back, you spin on the left knee, and then you stretch. This is a modified side angle. Come back to the center. We're going to do the other side. Extend the left leg back. Kickstand the right. Press into the right hand and stretch the left arm up. Come back to the center. We're just going to do that one more time so our sides are matched. Extend the left leg. Kickstand the right. Stretch the left arm up. Back to the center. All right, we're going to add on. You may want 1 or 2 blocks for your hand. And I'll guide you through which hand. So right leg extends. Left hand on the block. Kickstand the left leg back. Peel the right arm up. Now what's going to be helpful here, this is going to require a lot of side core. Press into this right foot. I should have mentioned about socks. It's really helpful if you don't have socks on here. Press into that foot and you rise up. So that's where you might find having 2 blocks makes this more manageable. And then of course, if you've got anything going on with your shoulder or collarbone, your hands can be here. And then flip the left palm and you reverse your knee down warrior. And again, you could just arch, keeping the hand on the hip. Come back.
Wait.
Yes.
Which leg is out?
So the right leg is out.
Okay.
The left arm is up. And now we're going to windmill back to the floor. And we're going to take that on the other side. So extends the
Left.
left leg back. Thank you. Right hand on the block. Kickstand the right foot back. Stretch the left leg. Sorry, the left arm. I guess you could stretch the left leg too. Now, this is tricky, but it can be helpful. If you can press into that left foot, it's going to fire up this leg and give you some leg power. And then you rise up. Flip the right palm up, a little reverse. Windmill the hands back to center. Come back to your table. So we're going to do that 2 more times on each side. Any questions before we get into it?
Yeah. The
Yes.
transition from the side angle
Yep.
to I can't even remember what it is. Uh,
Reverse.
yeah, can you just go through that?
Yeah, so my right leg is back. So this
Yeah,
the kickstand here. Let me just angle this down a little bit better so you can see my whole leg. So the kickstand, I'm spinning my leg back. Is
yeah,
that then I'm pressing into the outside of the foot and my arm is up. So this is the side.
okay.
Now to come up, this is where you root to rise. Press into this foot. This is the hardest part, and you rise up.
Oh, I was trying to take my leg up.
Yeah, sorry.
Okay,
So press. So thank you for questioning that. And then you reverse.
okay, got it.
All right. All right, so let's let's do that together. So the right leg goes back. We spin the left knee, create a little kickstand. Hand comes on 1 or 2 blocks. As the right arm goes up, take this opportunity to find that stretch you had with either the ball or a blanket rolled up. So you want to open up the chest and then root to rise, flip the palm and reverse. Again, we're talking about stretching this quadratus lumborum. Then windmill the hands back. Extend the left leg. Right hand on the block. Kickstand the right foot out. Left arm reaches up. Give yourself the root to rise. Press into the left foot, the right arm, and then rise up. Flip the palm. Windmill back to center. Back to your table. Right leg extends back. Kickstand the left foot, left hand on the block. Stretch up and open. Root to rise. Flip the left palm, stretch the left side body. Cartwheel the hands back through center. Left leg back. Kickstand the right. Right hand on the block. Left arm stretches up. Root to rise. Reverse. Back through center. Cat and cows. Either child's pose or downward dog. We're going to meet up at the back of the mat in a forward fold. A nice deep knee forward fold. Just need to stretch the backs of the legs and then bend them. Just gently waking up those hamstrings. And then pause, hands come on the hips, and you slowly rise up. Make a gentle back bend. Hands stay on the hips. And then shift the weight to the left foot. Float the right leg up. Keep the hips level. And step the right leg down. Shift the weight to the right foot. Float the left leg up. Level off the hips. And then lower the leg. Clear your path. You're going to take an intentional balance walk to the front of your space. Root to the left leg. Float the right leg up. Step the right leg forward. Left leg lifts. Left leg steps forward. Right leg lifts, welcome to wobbles. Right leg steps forward and left leg lifts. Lower it down. All right, so we'll do some warrior two sequences that will look a little bit like what we did on the floor. Inhale, reach up, gentle back bend. Exhale, fold half. Press into the legs, nice long. Right leg steps back for warrior two. Straighten the front knee and bend it. Arms can lift up, 1, 2, or none. Flip the left palm in reverse. Inhale through warrior two. Take the left hand or forearm on the thigh, reach the right arm overhead. This might feel a little familiar. Press into the outside of the right foot. Inhale back through center and reverse. 2 more times. Trying to keep the legs just as they are. That's your foundation. Steadiness in the legs, lightness through the upper body. And then pause in your warrior two. Windmill the hands to the blocks. Step the back foot up to meet the front. Inhale, rise. Exhale right into a halfway forward fold. Press into the legs, nice long spine. Left leg steps back for warrior two. Straighten the front knee. And then bend it. 1, 2, or none arms. Out to the side. Blow in and out 3 times. Just take this as like a nice warm up for the body. Just going to the degree that feels like a nice gentle stretch. When you pause, flip the right palm up in reverse. Flow through center. Right hand or forearm on the thigh, left arm overhead. Inhale through center and reverse. Sometimes just like that. Flowing with your breath. Stability in the legs. Sense of fluidity and ease in the upper body. Pause in our warrior two. Windmill the hands down. Step the back foot up to meet the front. Now rise. Gentle back bend. Exhale, fold. Press into the legs, nice long spine. On your exhale, right leg steps back a little bit shorter than your warrior two. I'm going to do some triangle poses. Right hand either above or below. Sorry, left hand either above or below the knee. Begin to slowly straighten the leg. Roll the right hip back. The ribs and shoulders follow. Maybe the arm reaches up. Now think about this stretch along the right side of the body. Think about hugging the legs towards each other and then stretching them apart. And then inhale, rise. Reverse your triangle. Come back to the center. Hands come to the hips. Spin both heels in a squat. Just let your weight kind of shift from side to side. Just being mindful of the pressure in the knee and the direction the knees are going. You want to get a nice stretch in the inner thighs here. And you just slowly sort of slinking down. Hands on the thighs. Drop the right shoulder towards the left. And then come back up through center. Other side. And back to the center. Press into the heels as you straighten the legs. Heel toe the feet together. Take a little hop turn towards the front of your mat. Take a little walk. Take that on the other side. And you'll rise, gentle back bend. Exhale, fold quickly. Press into the legs, nice ones. Left leg steps back, short warrior. Shorter than warrior. Right hand either above or below the knee. So hips are open. The hips open towards the long end of the mat. Then you begin to straighten that right knee. Roll the hip, the ribs, the shoulder. And maybe you extend the left. Activate the legs. And feel that stability in the legs. Maybe a sense of ease in the upper body. And then root to rise. And then reverse. And back through center. Another heels turning in, toes turning out. Just kind of shimmy down, slowly shimmy down. The degree that feels right. We'll just repeat that little shoulder warm up. Hands press into the thighs. This time drop left to right first. And then stretch up. So lower body is staying just as it is. Just the upper body is moving. And then you slowly straighten out. Heel toe the feet together. Little turn to the front again. And take a walk to the front. How's everybody doing?
Good.
All right. So we're going to take it, we're going to take a sequence to the ground. We'll do some knee down lunges, and, try to get into the hips a little bit more. So if you like to have a blanket or support for your knee, you may want to set that up. Have your block hands. On your inhale, reach up, gentle back bend. Your exhale, fold. Press into the leg, nice and slow. Hands come to the blocks. You need to slide the left leg back. And lower the feet down. So take your time with this. You could also have your hands on a chair too. And then begin to lengthen the front leg. So initially it may not go straight. And eventually it may not go straight. That's okay. We're just getting some warming up for the joints. The other thing that you may find is as you straighten your leg, you might find your spine is rounding. If you take your blocks back a little bit, you can maintain a long spine. So maybe you move your blocks with you as you do this. In the beginning, we talked about opening this up because there's so much rounding in the spine. I want to try to keep the rounding out of this movement. Now, next time the knee's bent, pause here. If it feels okay, you lift the back knee up. And same thing, straightening and bending the front leg. And sometimes it's helpful to come up on fingertips here. And again, you don't have to straighten the leg all the way. Next time the knee's bent, pause here. The knee could be up or down. Sweep the right arm up as you twist. Exhale, come back to the center. Lower the back knee down. Take the front knee back to, and just take a moment noticing any difference in the two sides of the body. Keep the left leg forward when you're ready. And again, you do the lengthening and the bending. Maybe adjusting the placement of the blocks. Maybe coming onto fingertips. You know, your spine. So the other poses we were doing, we had the lower body sort of stationary, not moving. Here, the upper body's not really moving. Next time the knees bent, pause here. Option to lift the back knee.
Okay, take it. No, I'm still on. Take it.
And then flow in and out of your pose. Next time the knees bent, pause here. Take the right hand to the inside. Knee could drop down and then twist to the left. Exhale back through center. Left leg back underneath the right. Standing on your knees. Toes are curled under. I like to have one hand on my belly, one hand on the lower back. Think about lengthening the lower back and lifting the belly as you lean back. Use the core. Come back up 2 more times. Lean back. And you press forward. Last one. So we're going to transition belly down to do an 8-point plank. So that will look like the 2 hands are 2 points. Forearms are 3 points. Knees, sorry,
4.
4. Knees are 6. Tops of the feet are 8. Then you press into all 8 points. Slide the shoulder blades away from the body. And again, notice the rooting, the engagement that comes from pressing into the earth. Once again, that drawing of the lower ribs towards the hips and the hips towards the lower ribs. Just 3 more breaths here. And release into your Sphinx pose or all the way down, crocodile. And breathe into the front of the hips. Invite length. Release tension. You're not already in crocodile pose. You drop on down. Take your right knee into half frog. So knee comes up towards the hip. The foot is turned out like a frog. As you breathe in, let the breath inflate the belly. As you breathe out, think about relaxing that right hip a little closer to the earth. Now, there is a tendency to roll onto the left hip, so the right hip is avoiding the stretch. Now, you don't want to stretch too far, but you also don't want to completely avoid it. So you'll notice just your sort of where you are focusing the rooting and the releasing. It's going to have a significant effect on the sensations you feel. Release the right leg long. Enjoy a breath. And then left leg comes in. Release the left leg to the right. Press up through table. Take a little puppy stretch. And then we'll come to seated. You have legs out in front of you. And if you have a little blanket that you want to use to elevate your hips, you could do that. Also just a little cushioning. Start with the right leg. Draw the right leg in. You're clasping on the shin and use this to sort of lift up out of the lower back. So this is sort of the tendency that we may fall into, but using the shin to get length. Again, think about the opening with that ball at the beginning of practice, the collarbones lifting. And now option to take the right leg across the left. Now you don't have to do this. And you're hugging the shin, keeping the spine straight. You can take this left arm, the elbow, wrap it around the right knee. The right hand comes behind you. So I haven't started twisting yet. I'm just sort of putting my limbs in place. Think about dragging the left heel back towards you. So hugging this left leg into the socket. Press into the right hand and then begin to twist to the right. And with each breath, the inhale brings you a little bit taller. The exhale takes you a little deeper into the twist. And you keep pressing the knee into the arm. So this right knee is pressing into the inside of my left arm. And that we're trying to release the outer hip muscles. And then exhale, release out of this. The counter stretch. Come back through center. Uncross the leg. Extend the left leg straight in front of you. And then the right foot can come to the inside. inside thigh. Nice long spine. Inhale, press up. Think about lengthening your belly button towards the thigh. So you may be getting a nice stretch along the outer hip. Now just notice how this feels. You could always take your foot down a little bit lower into the leg if that feels better on your anatomy. Just take a few breaths. Inhaling once again for length. Exhale takes you a little. And inhale, you rise. Take both feet on the floor, knees are wide, and just flow your knees from side to side. Nice little release. The other side. Right leg extends, you hug the left knee. Then maybe you cross that right leg over. If you're crossing, the left leg over, you may want to slide the right leg a little bit left of the midline. Drag that right heel back towards the right hip. So we've got engagement here. Left hand comes behind you. And then if you can wrap that right elbow around the knee. If not, you keep the hand there. Inhale, get a little more length, and then you begin the rotation from the lower part of the spine into the mid, and then the shoulders are the last turn. You're pressing the knee, the left knee, to the right arm. Exhale, release, take a counter stretch in the other direction. Back to center. Left foot comes into your half tree pose. Inhale, get length. And exhale, begin to tip forward. There is a tendency to stretch the chin forward. So, compress the vertebrae in the back of the neck. So keep the neck long. The chin to just be drawing, not dropping it down. Just think about having the front and the back of the neck lengthening equally. Maybe you notice the two sides, the differences between. Then inhale, you rise. Once again, extend. Lift, place the feet on the ground, knees are wide, and just let them flow like chip wipers. All right. So we're going to transition onto the floor. Have a strap within reach. You're welcome to put socks back on, any layers you may have taken off. This was a heated practice, so you might have removed some layers that as your body temperature drops, you're on the floor and you're less active. Have some warmth. And once you're ready, pull the right leg in and let the tie come just in front of the heel. The leg extends up. The left leg extends long. Tie the right hand. Release the right leg out to the right. Just searching for that, that lengthening, that spaciousness on the inner thigh. So pressing through that right heel, where it gives that. And inhale up through center. Tie comes in the left hand. Let that leg come across the body. Go back through center. Remove the tie. Hug that. Let's take it across the body. Maybe using a block to catch the knee. That left hand can come on the thigh, just gently pressing it away from you. Back to the center. Extend the right leg long. Draw the left leg in. Tie goes just in front of the heel. Try bending that right knee. It feels like too much effort. Right the back of the leg, just find its length as the knee gently presses into the tie. Tying the left hand and that left leg flat. Back through center and take the leg across. Leg comes back to the center, remove the tie, knee in and do a few breaths here. Just letting that leg bone settle into the hip socket. That knee come across the body, maybe there's a block there. Bring the floor up a little bit closer so you're not overstretching. Muscles along the outside of the hip. Back to center. And then extend the left leg on. And settling into Shavasana. Maybe using a blanket or other layer of clothing. Allow your mind to just relax into this moment. There are a lot of challenging movements, unique movements. Your brain may have had to work a little bit more. One of the reasons we do the physical practice of yoga is so that we're able to settle into deep relaxation. So perhaps by exercising your brain a little bit in some of these new movement patterns, your brain may be more entitled to let go and relax and be entertained by the movements of the breath. But if it does wander, just gently direct it back to the breath. Maybe try counting backwards. Allow your next breath to be a little longer and a little deeper. By gentle movements into the body. Gently turning your head or wiggling your fingers. You're ready. Slowly transition to your right side. Take a moment here. Noticing how your body feels, your breath. Maybe the quality of your attention to this present moment. If you're ready, make your way up to seated. Just do 3 rounds of the no hands, Nadi Shodhana. Breathing in through the left, to the right side, cross the brain to the left and out through the right. Breathe in through the right to the left side of the brain, cross to the right and out through the left. In through the left to the right side, cross to the left, out through the right. In through the right, cross to the left, down the right side, and out the left. Just breathe in and out intentionally through sides of the nose equally. If you'd like to join me in a chant of, take a deep breath in. Namaste.